Doc Nybo here. I'm sitting with Dr. Steve Klayman, a friend of mine. We were just about to go out to lunch, came to his office, and he showed me one of the coolest things I've seen in quite some time, and I figured it's time to pull out my flip camera. And so what I have just been is I've just self-adjusted myself from a chiropractic perspective. I am now in full alignment, and I did it with a device that Steve has invented, and I had to pull out the camera, and I wanted to ask Steve a few questions. So Steve, first of all, you're telling me that a person can do self-adjustments just like a chiropractor at home. Is that right?
No.
You're not? Okay. Good start.
Right. What I'm saying is, with this pelvic block, you can adjust your own hips,
Right.
just like a chiropractor would do it in your office.
Okay.
Doesn't mean you're going to adjust your neck or your mid-back or anything else,
Right.
but it means you can adjust the low back and the hips with the blocks.
And what's the advantage of being adjusted? So for a person who thinks that they're healthy, they think they're in good physical shape, but they maybe have some minor irritations or normal headaches and stuff. What's the advantage of adjusting yourself?
Look, Dag, you know as well as I do that all diseases incubate, except when you run your car into a tree. Then it's instantaneous.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're developing problems. May take 10 or 20 years before a back problem shows up.
Right.
Or you start having headaches. Well, you've had a pinched nerve in your neck for 5 years, and finally headaches show up.
Right.
Well, same thing with the low back. You may have the hips out of place. It may have happened when you fell off your tricycle. In your case, 10 years ago.
Right. I never fell off my tricycle.
Okay.
Right.
And so the hip gets out of place,
Okay.
and it stays out of place. And because the hip is attached to the femur or the thigh bone, if that hip rotates back this way, it'll pull the leg up.
Right.
And then that leg will appear short.
Right.
So if you have a leg that's short on one side, you'll be putting more weight on that side as you walk or as you stand. And because your body is always trying to get your eyes even with the horizon, it'll take that out of place hip, and it'll just tilt your spine, which we call scoliosis or curvature. Well, in tilting the spine like this, you can see I'm getting pressure on my neck.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to show up eventually as either numbness in the arm or headaches or neck pain or
Right.
pain in the upper back. So by fixing and balancing the hips, you at least have a stable base
Right.
for your spine to sit on.
So the reason that I thought it was so fascinating is your device is fairly simple.
It's simple, and I've been doing this type of treatment for 30 years. And then I figured out a way just recently to make it so that a person can do it themselves at home. All they have to know is which is a short leg.
Right.
And for that, you either need a chiropractor to do a leg check, or you could, teach your spouse how to do it.
Interesting. So a person can essentially keep their hips in alignment, which have an overall holistic effect by correcting things like you said, incubate. So you keep yourself essentially tuned up with a relatively inexpensive device, which you're going to release or discuss at some later time.
Yeah, exactly.
And I just did it, and I feel like I've been adjusted, and my legs are straight. You showed me. So
Yeah, we took a before and an after picture of Dag's leg length on my little flip camera.
Right.
And we showed him before, he had a short left. After, it was a short left, right?
Short left.
Yeah, short left. And then while he was laying on the blocks, he went to a short right. Then we had him get up and walk around. And then when he laid down, it had all balanced out and it was even, which is what you want.
I feel like I've been adjusted. And this is all from laying on, again, your device, which you're going to show us.
Right, it's fantastic.
Yeah, well, I think it's fantastic. And
Yeah.
so why did I even have this little spiel? Because I like to talk about fantastic little cool objects. And so I thank you very much. And I'm really, really looking forward to owning one of these things in the very near future.
Yeah, and you can go to DrStevenKlayman.com and there'll be video blogs about it,
Okay.
and that's all.
Good. Excellent. Well, thank you very much. And I'm